Alright, I'm trying to avoid you having to suffer looking at me, although I am a handsome stud. At least I used to be. These days not so much, but hey, who cares? You're gonna see a number of images. I have tried to make them so that you can look at them for long enough and pause if you need to, for whatever reason. And at the end of this there will be a few video clips. Some of the images are from the restoration of the front subframe the first time around. They're not in any specific order, they're just there and I threw them up. Then I'm going to continue the front subframe restoration, and this is going to be, I believe, part 3. There will be a lot more parts. I am working on the subframe right now, and as I do shit, I will show you. It may not be instant, and hopefully you will actually enjoy it. And if you do not enjoy it, oh dear. Well, sometimes you just have to get creative. I was having great difficulty with the shaft in this joint spinning. So I've got myself a big socket, my valve spring compressor, and I'm holding the arm on there. And then I can actually tighten this nut. Now there's going to come a point where it won't go anymore, and I'm going to have to remove this, and I'm just hoping that that's tight enough on there. But sometimes you get creative. Okay, it has returned. I have the subframe now back from the powder coaters. Gave it a nice coat of shiny black, which is what I wanted. I'm afraid it cost me $380. The original coating that was on there so good they couldn't get it off, and it had to be sent away to be acid removed. But here she is, back. Now I can start to rebuild her. We have the technology, we can rebuild her. You remember what that TV series was. So, there she is. Let's get started. Alright, here is my subframe on its back. Just like I like my women. Yum! And it's powder coated beautifully, can't deny it. But in the process of sandblasting, the frame section here gets full of sand. And I want to get that out, and I want to treat it inside. So my dilemma is, how the firkin heck do I get all that stuff out without weakening the structure of the frame? My thought at the moment is I will drill another hole here, and then I can flush everything out initially with water. Then I can fill it full of rust inhibitor. I figure, you know, it's got a hole here, it's got a hole here. If I put a hole here, it's not a big deal. Why here, you may ask? Well, because I figure that's kind of one of the lowest points, and you know, if I tilted it, maybe, you know, just lifted it up here so that this tilts here, and I can work the hole so that it's really as in the corner as far as I can get. And then once I'm sure I've got all the shit out and I've got my rust proofing in there, then I will do something to repair the hole. You know, maybe I don't know yet. A grommet, so that in future, if it needs to be done again, it can. Probably would never happen. Or maybe some kind of mastic. I think, in all honesty, once it's been treated, then a nice little rubber bung. So I've got to make the hole a nice circular hole. As I said, I don't think it's going to be structurally damaged by that, because you know, this has got holes. There are holes in the top here that I know you Jaguar guys are well aware of, and it's got a hole there, so I can't think I'm going to be weakening it, but I do need to get into that corner. And what I got to be careful of, yeah, you see I've got this shaft through here, and boy do I hate drilling this hole. I wish I'd thought of this before I sent it for powder coating. Yeah. Excuse me, 1 second. Alright. This is not something I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to be drilling a hole in my new subframe because of the rod that's here, and the fact that I want to try and get it into the corner there. I've picked a spot here that I hope is good, so I'm going to start with a small hole, and maybe I'll have to elongate it and see how it goes. So keep your fingers crossed for me, guys. Come on, baby. Woo-hoo. Okay, well, I don't appear to have hit the rod, so let's go for the next level. Don't you love these step drills? Okay, I think I can see the rod in there. I don't know if it's going to let me go to No, it's not going to let me go to one more level. Oh, maybe. But at an angle. Alright, that's okay. Okay, I can't use this drill any further because of the shaft that goes through there. I can't use that one, so let me try one of my fatter step drills. I tell you what, if you've never used a step drill, they're fucking brilliant. Yeah, there we go, let's try. Okay, that's it, that's perfect. Okay, I do not want to go any further in there. Let me show you. As you can see in there, I'm just hitting where this shaft goes, so I don't want to damage that any further. But now I've got a decent sized hole. I'll obviously have to clean this up, and I could get myself a nice grommet to go in there. But first I'm going to tip this up and see. I'm going to see what happens. Don't think I have another step drill that I can use, no. Alright, that's okay. So there we got a decent sized hole, which I drilled into my nice new powder coated subframe. So let me tip this up and see what happens. In fact, I'll tell you what, hang on guys, let me do it. Yep. I don't know if this is going to work. Hurry up. Yep. Oh, did you see that? Look at that crap that's coming out of there. Ooh, I think it's time for a rubber hammer tap. A rubber hammer tap. Right, where's my rubber hammer? This is my new rubber hammer. I got plenty of rubber hammers. Liar, liar! This is only a second one. Alright. Jeez. That's my ego and my alter ego. They do argue a lot. My ego always wins though. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh yes, I'm gonna get in there and flush this out with a hose. I'm going to tape up the holes and somehow do it outside, not sure yet. Going to put a towel down or something down so I don't want to scratch this, and then I'm going to flush it through with some water and we'll see how it goes. So that's the next thing we will do together. Don't go away. Or we go out and flush. Look at that, look at that shit in there. I'm going to try and hook some of that out first. Just thought I'd show you. Right, let us see how this goes. I've left this hole open. I've blanked off the holes for the steering box and the idler arm. Underneath, I've blanked off this hole and this hole. And as you can see, there is more shit coming out. Look at this. And this is without even running the hose through it. So I figure I'm going to get a lot of shit out. I may not get everything, but look at this. Wow, this is good. This is coming out, and I'm glad I'm doing this. Being on at the end of the day, I guess. Would I ever notice? Maybe not, but at least I know it's done, and I know it's done right. And should any future buyer see this, at least he'll know I cleaned it all out. Look at that. Wow. This is going to be fun because I can't quite get to the lowest side that I would like. I picked a good spot, but it still makes me wonder if somehow I could have got a little lower. So, time to get, I don't know, some kind of frame out there to rest this on, and then start digging stuff out. The hell's that? A bit of a rubber grommet there. Alright, let's get it out there. Let's see how this goes. It's coming out with some. There we go. Not seeing as much as I would expect, I must admit. I was expecting a lot more crap to come out. Maybe something's blocking it. Let us have a look. Let's move this. Oh, hang on. We got where's it coming out there? Odd. Rather like me. Odd. Oh, there's more coming out now. I'm swishing it about a bit. Okay, perhaps that's the trick. I need to move it around a bit, huh? Let's fill her up again. Now let's tip it. Come on. Okay, there's more coming out now. You can see it there on the floor. Not a tremendous amount, but... And also there's sand in it, which is great. I wanted to get that sand out of there. A little piece up here too. Alright, let's give it another go. Okay, had a thought here. Stick finger in hole. See if I can fill this up. There we go. That's better. That gives it a good flush through. Unfortunately, this is not something I could have done before I sent it for powder coating, because the blasting got the sand in there. So it's kind of a catch-22 situation there. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to let this dry in the good old Arizona sun. And I'll take all the pieces of tape off so the air flows through it. Then I rush off to Home Depot and purchase that rust converter for cleaning rust off of concrete. It's absolutely brilliant, and off the top of my head I can't remember the name, but I will get it and show you. So this will have to have a bit of a polish afterwards, but that's no big deal. There you go. That's it for the moment. Alright, as promised, this is the stuff to use. It is a concrete and metal prep. It is a great rust converter. If you're a subscriber to my site, you may have seen me use it before. If not, go to the Saloon Lovers website and look me up, and you will find a presentation of how this stuff actually works. I did it with a bare piece of metal with some rust on it, and all I want to say is this shit works. I've bought 2 gallons here. I'm going to fill up the subframe with it, drain it out, probably save it because it doesn't lose its potency. Just thought I'd let you know. This is the stuff. This is the shit, man. Yeah. Shit, man. Man, I mean, Christ, I grew up in the 60s and we said man and dude, and you're still saying it today. So they got to be good words. Live on. Live today. Tomorrow you die.